I never thought my life would turn into something out of a twisted novel, but sometimes truth is far darker than fiction. My name is Claire, and for most of my life, I lived in the shadow of my older sister, Danielle. Growing up, Danielle was the golden child. She was beautiful, charming, always knew the right thing to say to get adults on her side. Teachers adored her, neighbors praised her, and even when she did something wrong, somehow she could spin the story until she looked like the victim. And then there was me, the quiet one, the clumsy one, the one who always seemed to take the blame. At family dinners, Danielle would flash her angelic smile while sliding little insults under the table where only I could hear. "Don't spill the food like you usually do," she'd whisper, before Father raised his glass to toast her latest achievement. No matter what I did, I could never measure up. If I got an A on a test, she got an A+. If I won a small prize, she made sure she won something bigger. If I spoke up about how cruel she could be behind closed doors, I was told I was jealous, sensitive, dramatic. By the time we were adults, Danielle had perfected her act. To the outside world, she was flawless. But behind that mask, she was manipulative, ruthless. And I became invisible. Then came the accident. One rainy night, on my way home from work, my car spun out on a slick road. The crash wasn't fatal, but it left me with lasting injuries. My leg would never fully heal. I relied on crutches to move around. Simple tasks became exhausting. I thought Danielle would help me. I thought my family would rally behind me. Instead, that's when she struck hardest. She convinced our father that I wasn't capable anymore, that my life was going to be a burden for him, for her, for everyone. Slowly, she began to poison his mind with her venom. Claire isn't strong enough. Claire can't handle responsibility. Claire can't take care of herself. At first, I brushed it off. I thought Father knew me better than that. But the whispers turned into full-blown conversations. Suddenly, doctors were questioning my mental stability. Lawyers were making quite visits to the house. And before I even realized what was happening, Danielle had orchestrated something I never imagined. The will was rewritten. My name erased. Her name crowned as sole heir. It wasn't about money. Danielle wanted everything. She wanted control. She wanted Father's house, his businesses, his fortune. And she wanted me cut out of the picture completely. And she wasn't done yet. She started bringing me pills, little white tablets and bottles with my name printed on them. "For the pain," she'd say sweetly. "These will help you recover faster." At first, I trusted her. I took them. But they didn't help. In fact, they made me worse. I was dizzy, weak, disoriented. My memory started slipping. One night, I woke up on the floor of my bedroom, unable to remember how I had collapsed. That's when it hit me. Danielle wasn't helping me heal. She was making me weaker. I wasn't paranoid. I wasn't imagining things. She wanted me gone. The realization broke me, but it also woke me up. If I didn't fight back, I wouldn't survive. That's when I met Carla. Carla was a private investigator, sharp, relentless, with eyes that missed nothing. I hired her in secret, terrified that Danielle might catch on. Together, we dug into Danielle's perfect world. And what we found was darker than I ever expected. Carla uncovered falsified medical records. Danielle had been feeding doctors lies about me for months, planting stories that I was unstable, unfit, even dangerous to myself. She forged my signatures on legal documents. She rerouted funds from father's accounts into hidden investments. And then, the final nail in the coffin, she'd been making inquiries about my life insurance policy. Danielle wasn't satisfied with taking father's fortune. She wanted mine too. She wanted me dead. The day we gathered enough evidence to take her to court, I felt both terrified and alive for the first time in years. My hands shook as I signed the paperwork. But this time, they weren't weak from poison. They were shaking with fury. The courthouse smelled of polished wood and old paper, and every step I took with my crutches echoed like a countdown to Judgment Day. Danielle sat at the defense table in her pristine white suit, perfectly composed, her lips curved into that smug little smile she'd worn all her life. To anyone watching, she looked like the picture of innocence. But this time, the truth was on my side. The bailiff called the court to order. My lawyer laid out the evidence, document after document, signature after forged signature, bank records, medical reports, witness statements. Each piece landed like a stone dropped into Danielle's glass castle, and slowly it began to shatter. Her mask slipped, her smile faltered, and for the first time the world saw her for what she truly was. I'll never forget the sound of her voice when the judge read the charges. She gasped, stammered, begged. Her charm couldn't save her this time. Her crocodile tears didn't sway the jury. No one believed her anymore. The verdict was clear. Danielle was guilty. As she was led away in handcuffs, she turned to look at me. There was no sisterly love left in her eyes, only rage. But I didn't flinch. I stood tall, gripping my crutches like weapons of survival, and for the first time in my life, I felt free. After the trial, Father wept. He apologized for never seeing the truth, for letting Danielle's lies blind him. But by then, I wasn't seeking his approval anymore. I didn't need to be the good daughter or the stronger sister. I had survived. And survival was enough. Today I live quietly. The scars are still there, both on my body and in my heart. But they remind me of everything I endured and everything I overcame. Danielle thought she could erase me, but instead, she erased herself. This is my story. And if you've ever felt invisible, if you've ever been betrayed by the very people who were supposed to protect you, hear me now. You are stronger than you think. Your silence does not define you. And one day, justice will find its way. Because I'm living proof.